I tried that. Nothing
You
happened.
might have to hit display.
No. Yeah, again.
Yeah,
There.
it's recording.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, I'm learning all this stuff, like we were just saying. So, hi everybody. We're staying home instead of going to the school because I skipped my swim class because I switched it to audit, and I have homework due tonight. So I said, well, let's not go to my swim class because we were running kind of later. But we've kind of like taken a leisurely morning because we needed one.
It was nice.
It's been nice. And we cooked nachos and ate those.
Jay made us delicious nachos.
Oh my gosh, you guys, they were so
Twice.
good.
Yeah. Oh.
He makes me like my own cooking. I've never liked my own cooking.
You're an awesome cook.
Well, my kids make me feel good about my cooking too, but I've never liked my own cooking. But now I'm starting to like it
because it's good.
No wonder my kids liked my food. I thought that they just didn't know any better,
Did you cook like this, like the way you cook for us?
Yeah, sure.
That's
and a lot of
great,
times I made even more elaborate meals that I had forgotten I'd done, like homemade, like fried chicken. Homemade mashed potatoes and corn on the cob and rolls or bread. I didn't do them homemade though, even though I like to do that. I can.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And I don't like devoting my whole life to the kitchen. I'm not into that. I don't really believe women are like happy about being stuck in the kitchen all the time.
Anybody can enjoy being in the kitchen for the right amount of time. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be like, I don't know, in there every night, and that was like my role in life was.
Yeah, and most of the women who are really good at that, they put themselves last. They eat, after everybody else because they're serving everyone else, and they
Yeah.
And after everyone else is done and goes out to relax, they're in the kitchen cleaning up, and I hate that. I hate it when I go to
That's what my family was like at
Really?
Thanksgiving. Except it was all the women.
Yeah.
Being in the kitchen while all the men were in the living room watching football.
Right. All of them, yeah. And it depends on the family makeup and stuff.
Right.
And I hated that,
that's
honey.
our grandparents, like, that kind of
And
matriarchy
a lot of
sort
people
of
I
thing
know in
the house.
Kansas are like that, honey. A lot of people in Kansas function that way and really don't question it. It's a part of their religious belief to be subjugated to their husbands.
I think
And
Mormonism is like that way too.
I've always been totally opposed to that. And that's funny because, like for me, whenever I was invited to those holidays where we have dinner and then I'm expected to help do all the dinner, not all of it, but contribute to
I can't see you in that environment.
And then cleaning up afterward.
Yeesh, I wouldn't go. Did you go?
I did go because I love those kinds of dinners and I wanted to participate in family functions and stuff.
I'm sorry, you did the right thing.
Well, I don't know. It was pretty torturous at times, It's like, oh my God, I have to wash these dishes that are basically irreplaceable with my hands. Why are you making me do this? And I made a comment about it. This was at Nax's family's dinner. And I said, so that means if I break one of these dishes, you basically can't replace it, right? And they're like, oh yeah. Yeah, basically. And do you know how much that hurt me?
Why?
Well, it's terrible to do that to someone. It's abusive,
What was you were worried about the chance that you might break one?
Yeah. They were so fragile, honey. They were unbelievably fragile.
But, okay, you didn't break any of them.
I didn't.
Good.
I didn't.
Right on,
I was
baby.
really worried. And even when I said something, they didn't let me off the hook. And I remember being invited to the same family's function, and I wanted tea because I drink a lot of tea, as you know. And and nobody was serving it. So I got up to go get myself some tea, and they said, bring that in here, and I ended up serving all of them when I was the guest at their dinner. It was very humiliating, and this is the way women are treated, and it's the way they're subjugated. A lot of it has to do with the kitchen, and that's why I always thought I was a terrible cook, and why I've always hated being in the kitchen, because I didn't have a choice about it, you know. And
because it's
as if it's probably there are men out there going, oh, that's so hellish, she has to go wash dishes. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I mean, maybe it's fair that I should be contributing, but why are the men sitting out there and doing nothing?
No, it's fun.
You and I work together.
It's not a nice dynamic.
It's a sick one.
Yeah.
It's a sick one, but I've gone to a lot of those dinners where I'm sitting out with the guys, because I do not like being in the kitchen.
I could see you being more like in place, hanging out with the guys in that situation.
Sure. And then
it's the only like sensible thing to do, really. I don't know. It's the cool thing to do.
To be the girl hanging out. Yeah. I'm like, no, I don't understand football. Yeah. I'm certainly gonna sit out here and stare at the football game that I don't understand about. Right. All I get out of it is men in tights.
Football. Well, I wrote a story about a guy watching a football and having like this bonding experience.
You did?
Yeah, and he's like a punk rocker, but he ends up.
And he likes football.
He ends up watching a football game with his family, and they get all into it, and they have this bonding moment, like him and his dad and his grandfather. And,
that's beautiful.
And then he starts like going to the high school football games to watch the game. And that's like the only thing to do in town, because it's like this really small town. I remember that story. Cool. So football, I don't know. How did I get off on football?
Because it's guy stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And so that was actually. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just think it's funny the idea of you sitting out there and watching the game. And nobody would say anything except.
No. They kind of every once in a while I would offer an empty offer to go work in the kitchen. You do that just enough, then they can't really say no to you. Then they're like, oh well, no, we've got it. Maybe in a while. And I'm like, right on. I'm okay with that. So anyway, those kinds of functions for at least certain people, I think everybody, no, not certain people, I'm not unique. Women know that they're being oppressed, they just accept it, and I'm not as good at accepting it, you know. I have tried really hard to accept it because I wanted to be happy, and I thought, okay, if this makes you happy, it didn't work at all. I was totally under other people's control. And it's wrong to do that, whether it's you over me or me over you. And it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. But men, when they oppress women, they have all of society power behind them. And it is a difference. But the truth is that men and women abuse one another. That's the truth. No matter how they want to tell us that there are families out there that don't do that, I don't believe that. I believe that every single family in this prison system world is abusive, because chaining someone to the kitchen and making them always appear a certain way, act a certain way, and do things a certain way, then that's abuse. It's an imprisonment. And I think that I have that tendency with you. And I don't want to do that.
Thank you. I don't want you to do that either.
It's very hard to admit, but it's right to admit it in front of everybody, because when we practice Buddhism, this stuff is very, very difficult. You become possessed with the devil king of the sixth heaven. You become arrogant, and basically you manifest evil or fundamental darkness, and that is played out through power. Power is the key. That is what the definition of evil. Well, there are two sides to power, though. One is the power to subjugate another person. The other side is to be subjugated by another person, and we all do both because we've learned both. They have indoctrinated us into this belief, and it's really very, very sick and very powerfully bringing out the worst in all of us. That's why our world is coming to what it's coming to.
That's pretty, honey.
Well, thank you. Have I interrupted you?
No, not at all. I like what you said.
I love you so much. I don't want to oppress you.
I love you too, honey. You're beautiful. Thanks for not wanting to oppress me.
I don't think anyone wants to. Be oppressed. No, but I don't think anybody wants to be an oppressor. I don't think anybody wants to be an oppressor. Nobody likes
like
it.
It's a psychological condition. Really.
It's a sickness that's just so sick. But at the same time, the tendency to do it is very, very powerful and hard to recognize when we're doing it. It's so subtle and so powerful. It's like the ring in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. It's a lot like that, isn't it?
Yeah. But sometimes good is heavy too. Doing the right thing is heavy. I mean, it's very hard.
Yeah. It's not always comfortable, for sure.
So uncomfortable. It hurts like hell, honey. But I was going to say, I am getting ready for school, and I was trying to find this bra. I'm showing them because I think it's important when I'm going to share, and I may share it or I may edit it out. I'm going to look at it later, and you can decide too. We'll decide this together.
This is okay.
Okay.
This is fascinating.
Okay. And so you think about it over time. We don't have to make this decision like right now or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why the bra though?
Well, I was like looking for this bra, and I'm like, well, I wanted it to match the outfit I'm choosing. And this blue one is like dirty now, and it doesn't match anything. And I just wanted it to match. And then I was like thinking about my bras, and I'm like, this is a different bra from the kind I usually wear. And because this is really thin and very natural, and I usually wear something more like this with a little bit more padding and shape and stuff to it. And then sometimes I can even go so far as to wear this suit of armor, which so many women wear. It's like being stuck in a little contraption, and women's clothing are made to be uncomfortable. If you go and try to find a pair of really nice shoes that are comfortable, you will either have to settle for uncomfortable or comfortable that are ugly, because the ugly ones are uncomfortable. That's why I wear ugly shoes. I mean, the ugly ones are comfortable.
Is it part of a bigger scheme?
I think so.
Women's shoes uncomfortable?
Shit, yeah. All of our clothes. So, like, this suit of armor is uncomfortable to me. I don't want to wear that, but I do sometimes, depending on how I want to look. And then there's this one that I choose sometimes, depending on how I want to look in my clothes. And so I thought today I would wear this one and I thought maybe if I'm comfortable in this one, I will wear it more often because
it's a beautiful bra.
My baby loves it. That'd be the main reason. But I'll ruin it, but I'll get more like it. Because if you wear them very long, they get ruined.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. And so what I thought is if I feel confident in it and I like it, I'll wear it more often. But in part because these are so uncomfortable, I take them off.
This is more comfortable than those? I mean,
yes, this one's a lot more comfortable, yeah. Yeah, I should have explained that. That's part of it.
I think you probably did.
No, I don't think I did, but I don't like the discomfort of these other bras, so I go braless. And I'm very uncomfortable with that because, like, people can come up into our environment, and they have, and I go out and I'm braless, and I genuinely think that is vulgar. And I have really strict...
So then you're not comfortable being...
around them. I could go and find a jacket or something. And I've done it and stuff, and I try to ignore it, you know, that I'm dressed like that. But I'm really uncomfortable with it, basically. And so what I'm trying to say is that I was saying about vulgarity. I have really strict definitions about vulgarity. I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
But you know how you feel about this stuff.
Yeah, I believe that we should be a lot more modest than we are in our country. I don't believe in running around naked, even though we do it, and we do it a lot in our stuff.
Yeah.
I don't mind it in private. I like that. We're intimate with each other. But what I'm saying is we share it with the world, and that is really a huge kind of step for me.
And it certainly presents something kind of unusual to the world. I don't know.
Yeah, like this modest person who's like kind of being immodest.
Yeah, but it like provides a different way of seeing this. Or it calls it to attention anyway. Maybe it makes people consider it a little bit, you know? And
yeah.
And it's beautiful to look at while it does this stuff.
Thank you. So. But I'm going to step over here, and I don't want to be on camera, and I'm going to put these clothes on.
Okay.
Okay. And you can be over there and talk to the camera. Or, wait, how about we do it this way?
What?
You do whatever you want.
Okay.
Or you could do as I tell you.
I like your ideas.
Well, I love your ideas too, so why am I trying to impose my ideas?
I'll be back in a second.
Where are you going?
There's the bathroom out of the car. In fact, I'm probably...
I don't want to be on the camera right now, and I think I am. Do you mind moving it toward the window?
Was I supposed to do that before?
No, I just
I don't know.
Didn't want to be on camera, and I saw that I was.
Okay, you're not. Wait, you're still halfway on camera. You're off camera.
Okay.
I love you, baby.
Until we watch it later.
I'll be like, you moved.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that, you know, I have really strict definitions of vulgarity. And when people go against my idea of proper behavior, it's very difficult for me to deal with that. Because it's so vulgar to me. And it takes a lot of my energy to deal with it. So anyway, I'm being really honest here. I'm not even saying I'm right about this stuff, but I am saying that this is how I'm affected by the things I watch on film and on television. When there's a lot of what I consider vulgarity, I don't even want to watch it. I don't like it. I would rather do just about anything. And that's why I cannot say, I was telling Darren this morning, that I can't say I love films. Darren does, and Rita, our landlord, does. And when I hear that, I'm like, wow, I kind of envy it, because films can be so offensive to me. The violence, the nudity, the sexual content. I curse a lot, so cursing doesn't really affect me that much, but I can see why other people could be really, really offended by that. But I am striking a happy medium. I am an earthy, Puritan. I'm a sexual and sensual, modest person, and actually very, very sexual and very sensual, in ways that probably, I hope are obvious, because they're a part of who I am, but at the same time, I'm incredibly modest about certain things. And so when I'm put in a situation where I'm exposed to that immodesty, that vulgarity, I'm uncomfortable. You might as well just stick some bamboo shoots up my fingernails than make me watch that stuff. But I've sat through a lot of it in Liam's classes.
Honey, it's pretty.
Oh, thank you. You like it?
Yeah.
Well, I bought this shirt when Darren and I were parted for a while. We were supposed to go to the thrift store together. And
this is gorgeous, babe.
I got
This is
mad
so
at
cool.
him and went to the thrift store and bought myself a bunch of stuff.
This
You guys,
is a very
this
cool
is
outfit
just
that
like
you're
so
wearing.
irresponsible of me.
I
But you
love
like
this.
it?
I love it. You look awesome, babe.
That is worth
You look cool. You look like fucking cool.
Thank you, baby. And my baby, my sweetheart, I felt guilty. Well, it wasn't just because I felt guilty, though. I wanted my baby to have some clothes. And I did feel guilty that I went there and only bought him a really cool pair of shoes.
I have to be there. She can't buy stuff for me.
It's impossible. If I would have bought the stuff I wanted to buy him, I would have probably only ended up with 2 things he would wear. And I would have to talk him into those.
We found some cool stuff. And we got me clothes.
Oh, they're beautiful,
And
you
I'm
guys.
not wearing them. I'm like never wearing them. Why is that? I'm afraid to break them in or something.
You're afraid of something good. It's like whenever we become really rich, we'll like only spend like $100, like.
We'll still be shopping at thrift stores.
Yeah,
Always.
totally.
Yeah.
And secondhand stuff. And I always used to want to buy nice new stuff, but once I learned that you can get really cool stuff without paying that price, why? Why?
Cooler stuff.
Cooler
Way
stuff, and
cooler
it's better
stuff.
for the world too,
Yeah.
because we're recycling and reusing brand new stuff. I don't know what these people have. There's just a huge exposable income. Exposable? Disposable?
Both.
Here, you want
Cool,
to
there's a little coffee
seltzer
left.
water?
I'm gonna drink the rest of the coffee.
Bye.
I'll have one.
La Croix
La Croix. See?
seltzer water.
We're loyal drinkers of this stuff.
When we've got
We
money,
get-
we buy this
We get
stuff.
parted from it, but we come back.
I'm
It's
I'm
like-
looking at us in the deal instead of looking at Sheila. Must
we
feel
do that.
very, very like abandoned now that we can see ourselves. Because it's very hard to resist looking at an actual human being.
I just forget which one I'm supposed to look at. It's like.
Yeah, but the truth is, it's hard to not look at ourselves.
That's true. We're gorgeous.
And we're total narcissists. I looked over there and I didn't see us. And I'm like, what the fuck? Did it go off? See, I curse because it's a happy medium. I appeal to certain people whenever I curse.
It's
so I
true.
keep my cursing. But I use it in like conscious way now. On Facebook, I don't curse unless it's like really drastic.
I've been trying to do it a lot less, but there's a time for it.
There's a time
though.
for it.
There is.
But probably not as often as we use.
We're getting better about that.
We're getting better.
It's fun being just a little bit brash in Liam's class.
That was cool yesterday.
Robbie's up there saying just bizarre stuff.
Oh,
the
you
one
mean?
that we went to.
Oh,
yeah.
that was hilarious. I felt like I was suddenly transported onto one of our
too.
clips.
It was.
Well, I'm always transported onto one of our clips.
I was glad he was there though, because it totally changed the energy in the
It
room.
brought it down and grounded it, even though he was more
funny.
spaced off than anybody. But it was lost in love, you know?
It was cool.
A love of life, you know, and that's really cool. Shout out to Robbie.
Yo, Robbie.
Robbie Russer. And that same
What's
day,
up?
that same day, Craig told us that he watched our...
He watched To Be or Not to Be Arrested.
No, that's the one I encouraged him to watch.
Oh, okay.
Frankencore, or Penis Envy. He said that they laughed so hard through it, and that they wanted to watch it again so that they could laugh at it again.
Cool, but watch a different one.
Yeah, I said, if you like that one, try To Be or Not to Be Arrested. But now we're going to have so many funny ones.
Do you think, well, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't even be talking about what other people might do. I don't know.
Yeah. Because really this is about us and well, I don't know. It depends, I guess. I mean, we are collaborating with the universe. I mean, I don't know what you mean. I wouldn't know how to respond unless you told me what I'm responding to.
Trying to figure out how to form thoughts into words right now.
God, words are so overrated sometimes. I put way ttoo much power in words, you know. Truth is, people say shit they don't mean all the time, and so do I. Most of the time. That's why we write in subtext. It's very, very interesting. You know, in that Captain America last night, he had no subtext. He was cool. I liked him.
He was.
Yeah, you liked it too.
Yeah, he's cool. Of course, Captain America.
Like, no complexity, you know, no dark side. It was cool. There was only a glimpse of it once.
You could make him mad, but...
Yeah, he fought with Robert Downey Jr. character. What is it? Iron Man. That was fun. They were total opposites.
Wish they had done that movie different. I wish they hadn't had to build to that climax.
It was so dumb.
It would have been more fun if they kept it a little more on the serious level and like followed it out.
At first, I was downright scared. I'm like, my God, this is a horror movie.
And I was thinking, and they could have done it. They could have done it effectively.
Yeah.
They could have left that.
Do you think they fired one of the writers and hired a new one?
I don't know.
God.
The producer saw it and said, "What the fuck is this?"
We want big giant spiders and no, there's no spiders in it, are there?
This guy, you're out. Yeah, you know. I don't know. It's possible, right? Who knows?
Oh yeah, it's what it looked like, really. I don't know. We'd have to look at the credits.
That movie like starts out in one place and then just degenerates into something else. You know, by the end, it's funny. It's what a weird trip, man.
At first, I thought we were watching another dark version of Hobbit 2, and then it turned into some silly comedic. Super. You called me it the other day.
I did.
What did you call me the other day? Like, I'm a stormtrooper. Me? I took it as a compliment.
It was all pouty. Well, it's not.
It's like, damn, you fucked up and gave me the perfect compliment. It must have been out of admiration on some level.
You're so weird, baby. You're my weird chick.
But it started out with like the Hobbit 2. What's it called? The Desolation of Smaug.
Smaug.
I can't
Smaug.
Smaug.
Say it like deep in your throat. Smaug.
Did you hear
that word?
Do you think it's... Oh, I'm sorry.
It just starts to sound weird if you say it a lot of times.
It's very weird even if you say it once. That's why it's kind of cool. But
it's just a weird word.
I can't remember what I was going to say, but I don't care.
Oh man, I know what I was going to say when I walked in here. I was going to like charge in here, like march in here and be like, I have to do that editing thing. Because I have to do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Because, so I have to focus. I have to focus and do this.
Okay, the camera can stay on,
yeah,
but
sure.
we're going to focus on what we've got to do. And mine is my homework. I'm going to change into these pants, and I don't want to hang my rear out the window, trying to stay out of the camera. That wouldn't be very effective. I saw this one really funny thing on Facebook.
Oh, you're cracking me up.
It's hilarious. It's this guy standing in front of the mirror taking a selfie from his waist up, and he's wearing like a button-up shirt. And then you get a glimpse, and normally this would... Why it sounds really, like erotic, but it's not erotic at all. It's really just hilarious because the person is standing in front of the mirror, but he doesn't realize there's a mirror behind him. So he's got it angled just right where his rear end is totally exposed, honey. That's his selfie. He may not have even noticed it.
And this is for real? This isn't...
Well, it's presented as for real. Maybe it's some guy who did it on purpose. We'll never know, but yeah, it's presented as for real. I'm like, oh my God, that's my worst nightmare. And now I like really pay attention to my pictures before I post them for stuff like that.
That's smart.
Yeah. We're like, oh shit, we take pictures of ourselves all the time. At least with the film, you can really edit stuff, but...
Yeah. We have priceless stuff. We do.
Yeah, we do. Okay, I think I'm gonna... Oh my goodness, it's this one.
I have to see if... Yeah, we're still on. Should I stop it and start it again?
Sure.
Because...
I'm gonna put on this scarf though. It won't.